It's
I'm
always good, King Big O. What's up, man?
a
Good to
little bit
have you.
different. A little bit different doing shop talk because we're only live for a half hour, and I mean, it's nice. You could see there were a few weeks I just wouldn't get off my soapbox because I just had so much to say, and
Mm,
we would have to we'd have to hop off and go private.
yeah.
So I'm using Nina's Christmas present to me, and I'm watching myself on TikTok on my computer.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's there's a slight delay though.
Yeah, there's a little delay.
It's interesting. It's weird
Yeah.
seeing myself on camera like this from this vantage point.
I'm glad you had the opportunity to figure that out.
I'm not sure I'm digging this whole clean shaven thing though.
You're fine. You look great, man. It's good to be back. Thank you all for joining us for the launch of season two, episode one. We've been on quite a hiatus over the past month. So we've taken a step back for a little bit, and we are back. We're back. There'll be some changes that we're making. We're still learning. We're getting accustomed to those changes that we're making. At the same time, we made uh,
In addition,
an addition, yeah, to the family. So Team Big E is going to join us. For tonight's episode. But in the meantime, Tony, it's 8 o'clock. I think it'd be an awesome time to give everyone a little bit of information I'm sure they could use daily.
it is 8 o'clock. It is Taco Tuesday. Welcome to the Barry Mill Experience, and we are here to talk all about the men's perspective and their bariatric journeys. Whether it's bariatric, whether it's GLP-1, and whether it's natural weight loss. Ryan, welcome aboard, brother. Good to see you. Good to be
What's
back.
up, guys? Yeah,
What's up, man?
and we're back.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
we are
back.
back.
Yes. Did you get? Oh, you got the cut.
Yeah, I just got
I
out
can
the
see
barbershop. Like, yeah,
Tight, tight.
Yes.
just got
Looking sharp, brother.
it done. Yeah,
There's
man.
nothing. How do you mess? I mean, a good hairline, man, is a good day.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
hear
and I
like
both
like
have good
reduces
hairlines.
depression. It, bro, like my whole life feels better.
Yeah. I remember those days, man, back when
What
I
when,
had a
when your
nice.
hairline was here and your forehead wasn't there?
Yeah, when my hairline was here and wasn't back there, man, you couldn't tell me nothing when I walked out of the barber shop, man. I
What's up,
was,
Stevie?
what's up, Steve?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
let's so yesterday if you missed mental health shop talk, that was yesterday. Really good conversation. Um really like that. I'm really glad that we didn't take the time off on that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
think
think that was needed for sure.
live.
I was gonna pitch something to you guys like instead of having it on Mondays, let's having it after BME. But that was an idea. That way we don't feel like we're doing multiple days.
Let me
That's a
just
really good idea.
It's not a bad idea. Let me discuss it because that's a long night. So, but it's
It
not bad.
is, but yeah, definitely.
It is one less night.
Yeah, man, hell
And
yeah.
that was the only thought process I had. Then one last night, and then we can all at least after the show kind of have a conversation about either the show or topics related to it.
It's true, and and if we have people on, we could, we can invite them, back to mental health shop talk. That wouldn't be
Hmm.
a bad thing to get their perspective, especially if there's more things that they want to talk about or stuff we didn't cover. But
Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah, but mental health shop talk is live as of right now every Monday night. We go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And after a half hour, we have a good discussion. We go live at 9 p.m. on a live Zoom chat with all the guys. The link is in our bio. We are now officially organized enough to have one link for that mental health shop talk. So we shouldn't have
Well,
any more problems with people trying to get that link and having an expired link. So we should be good with that. So thank you to the man of the hour, Mr. Big E, for
Big
hooking
E, Big E.
See what
Yeah,
happens when we make a little bit more of an addition to the team. We get a little
yeah,
bit
man.
more organized. He's really helped us out in that fashion, and truly appreciate what he's doing for us in the background,
Hmm.
and what he's going to be doing for us in this upcoming season.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for it.
Yeah. And speaking of season, someone launched their season 2 this past Sunday.
Yes,
Yeah.
Charlotte lost her season 2. VSG Bestie
Yes.
talk
has
Barry
launched
to me.
season 2.
Yeah, and we appreciated being up on that, being a part of that, and it was fun to be up there. And I'm excited to see what Shar has in store for us and her team. You talk about the power team right there. She is really stepping it up another level.
Yeah,
Uh,
so if you missed the episode, you can tune in to Talk Barry to me on YouTube, or you could just show up every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Every Sunday, Talk Barry to me with VSG Bestie.
wow, I thought you were out
Hmm.
of practice there.
Yeah, so tonight, Big E.
Yes.
Big E.
We're going to bring him into the box. So, for most of you guys that haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock for this past holiday season, Team Big E has joined on to the Barry Mill experience. He has been working diligently with us behind the scenes, even before this past holiday season. He has brought a lot of energy. He kind of like walked in. Well, I can't say he walked into this community. He kind of kicked the door down and made his presence known. And he is basically just he's made a lot of noise coming into this community. He's become very visible. He's become a very big supporter of the men's community and everyone in general. He has everyone's favorite fairy tale relationship going on with what is it, Ernisa?
Anissa.
Is the tag?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
So shout out to Arisa. We love you. Not as much as Biggie though.
not as much as the Big E.
Yep, and we love you all too. Thanks for coming back to join us for our kickoff episode for season 2. Thank you so much for sharing this live, following, and all the likes are appreciated. So if you can keep continuing to tap on Tony's glasses and get some likes, let's try to make that FYP tonight and get some people up in here. See if we can't get connected to some more gentlemen in the community. Thank you all so much.
The
When are we
goal
bringing up
tonight is
Biggie?
to hit 30. We're
30,
hitting
thirty
30K.
thousand.
And we could do that easy.
We
We've
can hit
been
we
there.
can hit 30, and the reason I say 30 is we coming in swinging. I
Yeah,
don't want to accept no losses this season. We will not take any L's. That is the motto. No
that
L's
is
will
it.
be
We're making
taken.
this easy because what was seasons one? What was our pilot launch? We hit 50K for
Hmm.
the pilot launch. So we're
Hmm.
Yeah.
taking it easy on you with just giving you 30 to reach for.
Take
So
it
make
Yeah.
that happen, guys. I know you're gonna.
easy.
And
Welcome,
if we can
Peggy.
get 30 each time this month, I'll be donating a t-shirt of BME to someone.
Hold on, say that one more time.
I'll be donating a t-shirt of BME, whatever
Let's do it.
person's BME shirt that they want. Also, Jamie, I owe you a shirt.
Yeah.
I, I'm definitely we got. I mean, I'm glad that I know you got in the size smaller, so at least I can make sure it fits this time. So I'm gonna get you your shirt. I'm gonna get you this shirt this week. Remind me to order it off the shop, guys.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Shard, already talking smack in the comments.
I'm sure I could top that. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay, Shar.
Let me see. Invite. Let's get Biggie up here, y'all.
Yeah, let's get Big E.
There he is.
Hold on, I got my finger. Oh, you're
What's
killing
happening,
me.
man?
He
Welcome
has the
to the
49ers in the
box.
back. You like that?
I
Welcome,
really,
welcome, welcome.
really, really was hoping you were going to be shirt and tie tonight. Then we could do
Uh,
these two crap.
I know, man. I feel bad about the
See,
shirt and
that's the
tie
thing is
tonight.
I gotta go buy me some new ties though. I don't got no new ties since surgery.
Oh, see, there
All
you
It's
go.
all
right.
right. It's all right.
Yeah, Biggie, you look like you about to have a Miami night going on.
I know.
How
All
Maybe
the
was
we
your
should make
single
a
at a
day?
Miami Vice
club.
theme song for you.
Like I said,
Right.
I was like, oh, damn, I gotta go to my closet see what I got that I can actually that actually looks good. I'm used to wearing t-shirts and my boots. That's all I normally rock. So I was like, I gotta step up my game.
Yeah, you do. You
Yeah.
got to step it up if you're going to be in the box with us. So Biggie
Yeah.
will be filling in for us, and there may be times when we actually have four in a panel for if we're going to have a team discussion up here. But
In the club.
the group.
In the club. Yeah,
All right,
Biggie has also has a huge, he plays a big part on the decision making that we have for for shows, so on and so forth, and content. He keeps us on his toes about what the expectations are,
yeah,
to get the word across that Barry Male Experience is actually a platform and in a place that provide a space to men or for men, who want to be vulnerable about their experiences. So we appreciate you, E, for being that support and showing up for us, man. We truly appreciate it, and we're happy to have you a part of the family, man.
so
I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, at first, starting off, I started as a fan, so that's what it is.
so so starting off as a fan, and my dog, of course, BME's back. He's got to make sure he's known in the background here because he's already panting over here. But
Hmm.
being a fan, coming into this community, um, and just you know, how did you come across the platform when you first came on to TikTok?
So originally, I came across this platform was through having the surgery. As most of you guys have known, and for people who don't know, I struggled. I really didn't have a team. My don't have a nutritionist. Don't have that. Like the surgery center, the surgery I went through didn't really support me a lot. So the first 3 4 months was easy for me. But after that 3 months, I really started struggling, really started seeing my stalls. And I started looking around and finding people. And one of the people I found was Bariatric Bro. And he connected me with the Barry Mail Experience. And I started following you guys, hopped on one of your Monday mental health calls. And from then on, all the support, all the help that they were able to provide, you guys were able to provide me, got me juiced and fired up, wanting to help other people just like you guys did.
No, that's
I
awesome.
appreciate that, man. Hey, Biggie, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
That
We're
is
here
terrible.
now. We're here now. Who's your favorite?
Honestly, I could say it's not necessarily my favorite, but the first person to reach out to me outside of the men's mental health was Rap. He reached out to me, asked me how I was doing, things like that. But like I said, as soon as that happened, the first live I ever hopped in was with you three in it also too, and we
Yeah.
were all cool. It was all cool and everything like that ever since. But Rap was one of the first ones to reach out to me out of you guys to outside of the men's mental health panel.
Rab's really good
Okay.
about reaching out to a lot of people.
I'll give Rab. I always like to give Rab his flowers on his ability to network and reach out. He's literally our network coordinator when it comes to reaching out to everybody,
Without
Man,
even knowing he's doing it.
right?
right.
Because this is like he'll spend
It's
nights like looking for people, and that's the cool thing.
But you know what? It's so hard, and that's what I like so much about this platform is that it's not so big. It gets so overwhelming to be in touch with somebody, So I like being able to have that ability to just reach out and touch someone rather than having a million followers and a million people reaching out trying to have us conversate or show some type of communication when it's so overwhelmingly hard. So, I mean, I wish I could do more for sure.
No, like I said, and
Yeah.
that's one of the things I liked about you guys and the Barry Mail experience is you guys don't have that big head. A lot of creators out there, a lot of people you reach out to, you can't actually get in contact with them or talk to them, or you're not talking to them by themselves. You're talking to someone in their team. You guys are always make yourself available to talk to people, and it makes the person like me, the small person like me, feel welcome, feel like part of the team, part of the family. So that's something that I really liked about your guys' platform also too.
And again, the whole point of the platform was never to have make anyone feel small. It was always about you know not being one of the big content creators because, and again, and I'm not throwing shade to any of them because again, when you got 125 200 people in your live, those comments are really moving. You can't answer every question.
Right.
And the kind of thing that like BME is, it's a very intimate setting. There isn't a huge crowd. We've had some big ones where we've had 60 people in here, and it gets hard to read those comments. But we have such great moderators down there that help the conversation go along and to help people out. But it's always been about giving the voice to that one guy in the community that didn't feel like they had a voice, because that's exactly how we felt coming into the community. Is that like there's just I'm kind of by myself, or there's one or two guys that all right, hey, I can talk about it, but we're on a panel full of women, and for us to bring up guy things, it's kind of hard to talk about that stuff because again, they really want to listen to what we have to say about that. In our heads, no. This platform has definitely proven us wrong because they show up every week to support us and to get the male perspective, which we greatly appreciate. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up, bro?
What's up,
You
bro?
know what? I want to add to that. I think a very unique thing that we do is uh we've been doing this mental health men's vulnerability challenge, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
the power of how much we're willing to express how we feel as long as we have a space to feel heard.
exactly.
Like that is the key right there. And I think what I've noticed with our connection here is we give people that ample space to feel heard. We give people the ample space to have their voice be listened to. And we allow like the community to say, put some respect here. This person's on their journey and they're willing to be vulnerable about the difficult things that, a day in and a day out might be a mutual struggle between me or another brother.
Definitely, and I can speak on that too, because a lot of the things that I've shared during this challenge too are things I've been wanting to get off my chest for years, but have never felt safe or around people that I felt comfortable enough to share these things to now. And you've brought that safety and comfortability to this platform to where I can share a lot of the stuff that I've never done before.
Mm.
Hmm.
And that's important for us. I mean, again, like how many of us have come into the community and felt alone? And I mean, again, we're not doctors, we're not therapists, we're not nutritionists or anything, but sometimes that's not what we're looking for. We're just looking for someone, you want someone you can lean on. You want someone that, you just want to just listen. That's all you need. Sometimes you just want to be able to hear someone else talk about like, what they're going through, and then all of a sudden, like, I can relate. Now I don't feel alone. I have a community amongst me, where I feel like I feel validated in how I feel. And that's,
Right.
that's really important for all of us.
A listening ear, like Crow said.
Yeah, that's definitely a valued piece in all of this. Because like we have to look at it this way. Each of us had the opportunity of having a lifestyle or making an imprint on someone's life. Why not use your voice for wisdom and to maybe give strength to a person who might be struggling or who might be just needing to hear a pick me up? That's what we're here for. Huh?
Mm.
So for a lot of people who haven't really had the chance to get to know you, can you let's dial back and go to the beginning and let's hear your story.
So
Yeah.
for me, I had RNY surgery back in July of 2022, 2023. I'm a guy who at his heaviest was 585 pounds. I've struggled with weight my whole life. I was 300 pounds my freshman year in high school. So I've always been a big dude, but always thought, nah, don't worry about it. I can just do it on my own, do it on my own. And been picked on my whole life. And it wasn't until I started getting big that people started to stop messing with me. So I embraced the bigness. I took pride in getting big because that feeling of not being picked on meant more to me than my health. As I got older, my health started getting worse and worse. And I met with the surgeon in 2022. They told me that before I can have surgery, that I'd have to lose 100 pounds before surgery. And I, of course, at the time, being cocky, was like, "Oh, that's easy. I can do that. Give me 3 months. I'll be back here." Year later, still not doing it. So I found a program, was the venture program where I was on a 30 week. It was a 30 week program. 17 weeks of it was a liquid diet. And the good thing I really liked about this program, and I preach it all the time, like, hey, they should do more things like this. We were on Zoom calls every single week with other people that are in the program, talking about food noise, talking about our food addiction, talking about the problems that we have with food and why we got there. And completed that program. A month after I completed that program, I was able to have my surgery. So I'm 18, almost 19 months post-op now, and I'm down 265 pounds total. So only about
Wow, man.
20 more pounds to get to my goal weight, because I want to get down to about 285.
Awesome, brother.
That's awesome. I remember you were telling me in your current journey, like the gym had was your like go-to, and then like you had some history about your shoulder, and now like you're still finding progression and still keeping go with the weight loss, which is great.
Yeah, definitely. Like finding the gym after it, like I became a real big fitness guy. Like I love the gym. If you guys look at my TikTok, all my videos are gym videos, me working out. I found the sanctuary. I found my peace. I was able to go there, get calm. I became a big power lifter. I was doing a lot of weight. So about 3 months ago, I started having shoulder issues, and found out I tore every single muscle in my left shoulder, and how to put that on all on hold. So now I'm just waiting to figure out what's going on. Got to have surgery, and while I'm still maintaining and losing weights lately, it's definitely been a difficult challenge, because it's okay. Now I lost my identity. I lost who I was. I lost what I love. Now trying to find something to substitute that feed that I had from working out and lifting weights, and putting it into something else, putting it into walking and cardio, the things that I can do. And it has been a difficult journey for me on that.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So
So, like, go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say, like, so you found it difficult at first making adjustments when you felt like you lost your identity, and I think I can relate to that with the same thing where that little change to routine could easily make you snowball. Um, what were the things that you went about to try to just find that balance and to find those adjustments, like what you needed to do? Like, how did you fine tune things to continue that journey without falling off track? Because it took me about 6 months to really just kind of like get my act together, and I'm just starting to like to start back on on my part of the journey where I'm actually doing the things I need to do. You felt I feel like you had a turnaround quicker than I did.
To be honest, it was talking to people, talking about the problem, talking about the issue. We forget how important it is to talk to people and ask for help. In my life in the past, I would just when something goes bad, I just go hide in a corner, let it go, and it just all fall apart. This time, I started talking to people. I reached out to you guys, talking to my girlfriend, talking to my family, just getting these words of encouragement, taking different steps and tips and things from other people to just keep me motivated and keep me pushing.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's a healthy thing because a lot of times when we don't have those pieces, we then to just isolate and be on our own island. Remember, we're avoiding living on this island of isolation. If I can find connection with other guys, I at least have a voice somewhere, right? That's the goal. I'm glad you found your voice in this entire process.
Yeah.
That, and like I said, always revisiting my why. My why changes every single day. If your why stops changing, you're gonna stall out and fail out. Your why has got to be constantly updating for what's going on in your life at that moment. You got to find that why that's powerful enough to keep on pushing you through no matter what happens in life.
Hmm. The
Now,
why can change everything.
oh, it definitely can. And it's very easy to become complacent with what your why was, especially as your journey progresses. Because when you hit those marks, what's your next why? Where does your why evolve?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
What's
Well,
the next
whys
why?
always change. Yeah.
So,
Well,
I,
how about this? Maybe here's a better question in that aspect is how do you know when your why needs to evolve? When do you know that? Like how about this? What feelings arise in your body versus like in your head? Because in your head you can be like, yeah, I need to change. But
It's
it's like a change in physical something. Like what's your physical change that happens with you to say, you know what, I gotta do it.
it's for me. It's okay. I see myself starting eating the stuff I shouldn't be eating, deciding to skip workouts, deciding to eat to lay around the house, not to get up, not to cook my meals, not to go out shopping and eat, making healthy choices. When I feel myself starting to slip back into my old habits, that's when I know I got to revisit my why and see if it's strong enough to still carry me on, or if it's time to readjust.
Mm.
so
For me, it's just like, man, you get so used to walking a certain way, moving a certain way, talking a certain way, like going about life every day in a way that, you've become accustomed to for so many years. And then it's like, it's like almost not a cultural shock, but it's just like a it's a shock, like losing the weight that you are, reaching the goals that you wanted to reach, or getting where you wanted to be as far as, health and losing the weight. And then it's like you don't know how to make those moves. You don't know how to make those adjustments. You don't know right from wrong because you're not used to it. So um, I found that to be pretty difficult.
yeah.
No, Jamie had a response to how do you guys feel that you need to be dedicated and not motivated? That's a very interesting way of looking at it because a lot of times we say motivation, but motivation is very temporary.
It is,
Dedication is you know what you need to do and
Mm,
you have to find the will just to do it.
and that's discipline.
Hmm.
Like you have to develop discipline, and that being dedicated to that. There's a big difference between being motivated because again, motivation comes and goes.
Hmm.
Dedication is consistency. And that's what we always preach, and even for us, it happens. Again, like it's very easy to fall and slip off for an extended period of time, and you kind of just like you could drift, and then the next thing you know, you turn your head and you're like, oh snap, I've got regain, or this is difficult to do all of a sudden when I was 3 months ago I could do this without batting an eye. So it's it's those eye-opening moments where you decide what your next move is. Is it, do you fall back, become depressed, and just kind of be like give up, which was
Hmm.
normally what most of us would do, or do you find that why that you originally had, and you reach back and and you step up to the challenge, saying, I'm not going back to this again. I know I've done this once before. I can do it again. I mean, plenty of us have gone on weight loss journeys where we've lost 80, 100 pounds or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but we've always fallen back and gained 120 or 140 pounds back. It's because even though we've recognized it, we've never gotten we didn't have the discipline or the dedication, or even, the love for yourself to be like, no, I'm not going to let this happen again, because you fall into despair and hopelessness, and I think using that as an excuse or making excuses to fall back, and then all of a sudden you're in a position where, oh no, I'm in the same position now. I'm back to where I'm hopeless because it's almost impossible for me to even, you get that feeling of like I can't do this again. And I
Well,
think a lot of us have gotten to the point where it's like I can, and that's important, that motivation or that dedication of saying yes, I can do this, and that brings hope, that brings that gets people off the couch, that gets people to go out and take a walk, that gets people to go to the gym, that gets people just to say, you know what, it's snowing like a banshee out there and I can't go out for a walk, but I'm going to do sit-ups, I'm going to do push-ups on my own floor, I'm going to do dips off the side of the sofa. It's
mhm.
those type of things where you make the decision of where you want to go in your journey. And that's part of your why. That's part of being dedicated. That's part of loving yourself and saying, I'm not going back there. And I recognize this at a certain point. Biggie recognized this at a certain point. And I think at some point, all of us have hit a certain wall where it's like, oh, I've recognized this. Now what do I do about it? And I
Mm.
think we've all talked to each other about it. And that's the important thing is that when we've all fallen back and become hopeless, who did we talk to? We didn't have anyone to talk to. We didn't have anyone. We might have said something to someone that could sympathize with us, but they couldn't empathize with us.
True.
No one's lived in our shoes.
Hmm.
So speaking to someone about it and then knowing that, you know what, they've gone through the same thing, you know, it's a lot easier to take someone's, advice or to take, to get the motivation from someone because you have someone that's going to say, hey, you know what? No, I got your back. And not say, you'll be all right and then not do anything, in return for you. You know, I know that the three of you, we've all tried to hold each other accountable. Nobody holds us accountable, in a weight loss journey if they can't empathize with us.
Yeah, yeah, I know it's halfway mark right now, but
Yeah.
or I'll wait until Tony does his rap about the halfway because
Yeah.
I have something to touch on for you
All right.
guys.
All right.
So,
Yeah, I got a lot beer brewing too in my head, man.
okay,
So
this is what I missed. We already got the wheels turning. So don't forget, we're halfway through. Little hydration check. Make sure you're drinking your water, and don't forget, take your vitamins.
take your
Hmm.
vitamins.
So there's some changes with ProCare this year. I think we're still going to have a code pretty much. I'm not sure how often we're going to use it, but ProCare Health. Honestly, since we've moved over to ProCare Health, Rab, I know you've said this. It's completely different, than when I was with taking my other vitamins. I love these mocktails.
I told you, man. They're
Dude,
great.
again, every time you tell me, oh, I love these things, and I just look at you like you got two heads.
Right.
Dude, the strawberry daiquiri.
They're
These things are
bomb.
crazy. I
Yeah.
like them.
He got me
Yeah.
addicted to the sea
And
salt and
and
caramel ones.
yeah, those sea salt and
Oh,
caramel ones
those
are
things
good too.
fire.
I bought the big jug.
But
And
they have the mocktail ones and there's that gin and tonic and I like gin and tonic. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it and it tastes just like it, man, to
So
me.
I'm almost
Uh,
through this bag. I'll grab the gin and tonic next. I'll see. I'll give it a whirl.
I if you don't like gin and tonic, don't get it, you know.
You don't like
Um,
gin and tonic, don't good.
period.
hey, so
But
Cajun Lady's asking about
if
more
you
about the
do,
mocktails.
But that's the good thing about ProCare Health is
Mhm.
that they have so many different options.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like the dark chocolate calcium bars.
Please,
Those are good.
I
so
still got
I'm
one more
I've
bag
still
to
got
help.
two bags. I'm saving them. I refuse to go into them right now because I'm waiting for like, oh, you know what? I feel like chocolate.
Yeah, the
That
chocolate
chocolate, yeah,
is
that chocolate's fire. I used to eat
those
those
things.
things like it's candy.
It,
Yeah,
it
it,
basically is.
it. JBY, is anybody going to JBY?
Yes, sir.
Who's going? Who's going? I'll be there.
Thumbs up if you're
I'll be
going to
there.
JBY.
I think I'm going.
Looking
We will
forward to
be,
presenting at JBY.
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't wait. I'm so
we'll be
excited.
in the building. We will
You
be
got
in the building.
you got the date April 12th, right?
Yes, sir.
April 10th to the 12th, right?
10th to
Yep,
the 12th.
JBY.
We're all heading home.
Tickets can be found at the in the link in the bio. So if
Hmm.
you guys are looking for that information, please check out the link in the bio for Just Be You Awards. We'll touch on a little bit about that a little bit later. But you got anything else, Tony?
No, that is it. So I'm interested to hear what the old wheels are turning over there with you guys.
I was thinking about the concept between the heart and the mind, and we would love for the heart and the mind to be in sync, right? But I think there's the feeling of when you are already in your head about something that you try to get trapped. That's when you need to get in touch with your heart. If your heart is all the way in it and then you don't have structure with your head, that's when you need to get in touch with your head. And the reason I bring that to your attention is I feel like every time there was a paradigm shift or when I needed to do something or change something, I had either one of those as the fire to push me, right? If I felt like I wasn't doing enough in my head about something, I went to my heart to see how I was going to feel through the process. If I feel like I'm overfilling the situation and I'm finding myself fatigued, I'll get in my head and say, man, you just got to keep pushing. And I'll start talking to myself whenever I'm doing my workout. Anybody ever talk to themselves during like a jog or a workout?
I'm my own
Mm-hmm.
best friend.
All right, I'd be like, push through it. I just keep on saying push through it, or I'll say my consistency outweighs my doubts. And I'll repeatedly saying, people be like, why are you talking? It's like, listen, I'm going somewhere. I don't care where you think you are going, but I'm going somewhere.
I'm
I
taking
have a
myself
mile
there.
stronger than you right now. Trust me. Right.
Mm.
And like when I used to do it on the track, it used to be fun because or at the ball, I'll be having like these grandma and grandpas be walking around the mall, right? And I'll be like, man, I'm just trying to lap one of them. Let me just try to lap one of them because I'm looking for something to push me. I'm fighting me. And in the biggest fight for myself, I have to realize either I'm going to use my heart to get through it or I'm going to use my head to get through it.
Yeah.
One of those are going to be the determining factor for me to get the job done.
Man,
Rav's like, I wish I went first. I
no,
have a
no. I
follow-up
mean,
pet.
it's all lined up for real. I mean, yeah, I just never think of it like that, and I think if it's so hard though, you know. I mean, thinking about it, like, am I? If I go with my heart, I don't know. I'm confused a little bit though, Ryan, and it might
Why?
sound fun. It might sound funny, but I'm putting that out there because I know some of us are. Um, I don't know what to follow, my heart or my head. Like,
Well, how about
I
this?
think if I could follow my heart, then I would probably be getting a lot, further than what my head takes me.
Well, I think that your heart and your head don't have to always be like the. And what I mean by this is like
Mm,
you don't always have to follow your heart because sometimes people get lost in their heart chasing
mm,
something that isn't real. All right.
mm.
On the opposite end, we get lost in our head, which stunts our growth sometimes because we think we can't do it. I think it's a mixture of both. When you see yourself at the pure extreme of just using your head for stuff, you find yourself losing touch with what your heart can provide. Right? If you find yourself overly in touch with your heart with something, you lost your mind in the process. And that's the problem is they have to be a isolating slope of both parties, right? Which kicks the other one back into play, right? 'Cause I'll give you here's a perfect example of that. Anybody ever use someone hurting you to push you in the gym? All
Mm. Okay.
right. So my thing is this: you felt pain, right? It wasn't like a you had to think through this pain. You felt it. Someone you loved or cared about hurt you, and you use that as fuel to get through that workout, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? Or on the opposite end, right? You physically feel tired, but now your mind is like, I have to finish, and you hyper focus on the have to finish aspect, even though
Mm.
your body's shutting down. That's when you need to kick your mind into play, right? Think about it this way. There are athletes that do 50-mile runs or ultra runs, and in the process, their body is like they're pissing on themselves, right? They're pissing, they're pooing on themselves, their body's shutting down. The only thing that keeps them ahead is their mind. The sheer willpower in their mind to say, I gotta finish. They might be in a complete daze, but their mind is kicking in to say, finish line somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Like you have to find either one of those things to keep your push keep going for your determination.
King Big O says sometimes we need to do a remix and take the best from both.
Hmm.
There you go. I
For
love that.
sure.
What's up, Amber? So,
What
not bad.
What
what
do
you
you
got
guys?
to say about that, Big E?
I could see that because, like I said, a lot of times, just not in the gym, just in general, I see myself stuck in my head, not listening to my heart, overanalyzing things, mentally just always running things through my head and not doing anything except running it through my head out of the fear of not doing it.
Hmm. Dark cloud, but know your limits. We have limits, and pushing through the block without going past our limits.
And I think sometimes we get over ambitious and we push ourselves to the point where we may even harm ourselves.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
What I did.
yeah, I mean, and honestly, that's pretty much why I stopped working out back in November, right before retreat, is because you started complaining about your shoulder. My shoulder started bothering me, and then I had something go on with like my abdomen. I thought I might have had a hernia. It hasn't bothered me, but like even when I'm tentatively like
Mm,
worried about going to do ab exercises now because I'm worried about like re-aggravating this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But even like I'm taking it easy while I'm working out again with my shoulder, just kind of easing my way in because I can still feel like something going on. It's just it's not at the point where it's bothering me every single day. So it's a matter of like, yeah, go big or go home. But again, there are certain limits to where we don't want to overdo it, and put our bodies in jeopardy to the
mm,
point where, all right, now we have to take a break from what we're doing, and
For
now we have,
sure.
mm.
and it throws off that routine again, throwing off a routine. And now you've got to find something else to keep you going, in the meantime while you're recovering.
Yeah. For me, like I can't do my walks anymore, so I pivoted to doing the bike. Right. I do 30 minutes on the bike, and I'm still getting the speed, getting the cardio in. But I would say it is a different beast, right? In itself. I'm hoping to get to doing the bike for an hour, right? Right now I'm just going for 30 minutes. I think knowing when it's time, one, to pivot, like Amber just said, pivot,
Mm.
but also knowing when you have to do something that is maybe different, but and you might not physically be like accustomed to it, but you're gonna have to grow into that feeling.
Challenge yourself.
Right? You have to challenge that feeling. Shoot, like let's look at emotions, right? A perfect example is emotions, right? When you guys start getting those I love you emotions and feelings of being connected and stuff like that, or someone caring, initially the feeling feels weird. Good, but weird, right? It's like, oh, I'm not used to this. Say for instance, like you are self-deprecating yourself, like I'm a piece of shit. I don't no one cares about me, right? And then someone says, "No, man, you're worth living, man. I appreciate you." Me? You appreciate me? You start to question that emotion until someone's being consistent enough to show you that on a regular basis for you to believe the feeling.
Yeah.
And that's the same concept that happens with our body and our mind. Like sometimes we have to go through something to feel our way through just for us to have a better connection.
Yeah, that makes
Rebuttal.
sense.
Biggie
No
rebuttal.
rebuttals.
No,
No,
but
that
no, like
makes
I said,
sense.
honestly, that's where she's or Amber's talking about pivoting, and that honestly goes back to the topic we were talking about earlier about motivation and dedication. If you have to make a pivot in your life, if you don't not willing to make that pivot, are you really dedicated or are you just motivated?
Hmm.
Because if you're not willing to make that move and do whatever it takes to get to where you want to be, you may be motivated to do it, not actually dedicated.
Hmm.
So
Hey, real quick, mental health, uh, men's challenge. We're on week 2, right?
Week three.
Week 3. See, I haven't been doing them. I fell off. The challenge is a lot harder than one would even think. Like when you first said, "Okay, we're going to do this challenge," and I looked over the challenge, I just briefly gazed over it, and I was like, "Whatever, I'm down. I can do this. Whatever." You know, it's a lot harder than you think. So, with that being said, off the top of your head, E, do you happen to know what today's challenge was?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you, Faye?
I have actually pulled up, but
Yeah,
now not at the top of my head. Let me
yeah,
put in a.
because I don't off the top of my head know either, but I really would like to know what it is and kind of I want to do the challenge starting today and I kind of wanted to get that out of the way. Thanks, Tony.
What we got? What does it say right there? Day four. We're at.
And
Am I
this is
correct?
week 3 exploring camp emotions.
I'm gonna post it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Day four
exploring.
is reflecting the last time uh you triggered and how did you explore your relationship with joy, what brings you joy and how often do you prioritize it? Okay.
All right, explore your relationship with joy. What brings you joy, and how often do you prioritize it? And those of you in the comments, if you want to join, hey, this is the challenge. You can start now. It's never too late. Explore your relationship with joy. What brings you joy, and how often do you prioritize it? So, what brings me joy, and I had no idea, but coming to the realization that stability would bring me joy.
Stability has literally been your word of the year, bro.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, stability bring would bring me joy. I don't have it right now, but I'm on the road to, finding a lot more stability in my life, and I'm excited about it. And yes, stability, being comfortable, having all my ducks in a row, and just being okay in my space and in my environment would be yeah, joy
Okay.
for me. What about you, E?
For me, what really brings me joy is knowing I'm around a bunch of people that actually care for me for who I actually am. Growing up, I had a lot of people who would use me for different reasons for my job or something like that, or friends with me because of knowing other people. I had a lot of acquaintances, not a lot of friends. So finding this community, finding people in this community, being actually friends with them, helping other people, that truly what brings me a lot of joy.
So I could very easily just sit here and say, "Oh, this platform is bringing me so much
Yeah,
joy." Rab, you and I had this conversation earlier. This platform does bring me joy, but it also brings me a lot of like strain because it does put a strain on my ability to find balance with my family and my outside life here.
mm,
Um, but there are joys in my outside life that do involve my family, like trips with my family, like to where we go out fishing or we go somewhere out to like a movie, something that we all do together. Like I like being in an atmosphere where I'm social and there's a lot going on that is enjoyable to me. Like I don't want to go into a social setting where I'm completely uncomfortable. And we've all been there, where you kind of just cower back into the corner. You guys have kind of got my personality where I'm very outgoing. I like we say, like the luau. Do you know how much joy that brought me? Especially because
Hmm.
you know Nina came along and like that wasn't my plan to be there. That was part of the plan of just like being on our anniversary and going on our trip. I was just going to be there on Saturday for the panel, but being there with all of you, being there with everyone from the community, but being in a setting where everyone is smiling, enjoying themselves. Um, there's hugs, there's handshakes, there's laughter. Being in settings that bring out the best in me, where I'm smiling from ear to ear. Just settings where, I can look back and say, you know what, in this moment, living in the moment brings me joy because I feel like there's a lot of times that even for us, yes, this is living in the moment, but what am I experiencing? Um, I know that I'm helping people. I know that, we're having engaging conversations that people enjoy. But there's also other aspects of like being outside in the real world, experiencing. Again, we wanted to experience life because we couldn't experience it anymore. We became secluded and kind of just fell back out of society. Being able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for so many years brings me joy. So being out in the setting where I could be social and enjoy things with my family, with my friends, with people that, going out to a ball game or something, things that I could no longer do, brings me joy.
Okay. Okay. I'll piggyback on that. For me, it is this aspect of finding meaning behind everything I do,
Mhm.
like living with intention in every action. I think,
Mm,
not I think, I know that I lived a life that was purely based on unintentionality and no purpose. But it was based off narratives that I just falsely believed in with no truth behind it. Give you an example. Before surgery, before weight loss, a narrative that I bought into was I was going to die by 30. Teacher told me I was going to die by 30 when I was 18, stuck with me. I believed in the delusion that, okay, well, at 30, I have my master's, I've had success, I've found love before. So if I die, it's okay. Like, that's the delusion of believing in other people's narratives over your life,
Yeah.
mm,
right? So when I started to change that narrative, because I had to feel my way through it, I started to find intentionality in my action. What is not just my why, but why do I exist? you know, I was existing off other people's narratives, and now the only narrative that I exist on is what I truly believe in is self. Self to be able to help others, self to be able to show my ability through the actions I do. No one could take
mm,
that away from me.
No,
That
you
that
understand
brings
you're
me
helping
true
yourself.
right. And that brings me the purest joy ever.
mm. That's right. And also having you a part of the team, Big E, brings us joy.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, y'all bring me so much joy. Like I said, y'all helped me through so much the tough times. So I couldn't be more happy to be part of this team.
Hey, you know what I like about my circle? And it's kind of cliche, but I mean, it is what it is. We're at 851. We got 21,000 likes. We got 9 minutes to get 30,000 likes.
Warm up
Welcome
those
to the
thumbs.
live.
Hey, y'all
Yeah,
better. Hey, go as hard as y'all did in the first 15 minutes, and I'm telling you, get past 30.
we
And what
get
I mean
past
by that,
30.
because I love that energy. Because guess what? This is a testimony to people's lives. I want you to think
Mm,
about this. We start great in the beginning,
mm,
finish strong,
yeah.
finish as strong as you were in the beginning at the end, and tell me where your determination's at now.
Hmm.
Mm,
Right? That's the fact of this real world lifestyle right here. Right?
Exactly.
We're not dying at the end of this. We keep on going, and I want you guys to have the same tenacity as that.
Break the mold of
mm.
our old journeys.
Break the
Right?
Exactly.
mold. Yeah. But what I was saying is that after that, it's hard to follow up. But the fact that, the circle of people that I have in my journey, which includes, obviously those of you on this panel and those of my friends in the comments and that are my followers, um, is that we're able to just be ourselves, you know, and that leads into, the Just Be You awards.
Oh, what a segue.
I mean, I love it, man. I love a place where, you know what, there's no judgment. You're accepted by any and everybody. You feel so welcomed. You're appreciated. You feel like you belong. You're not out of place. I mean, it just really stands out, to what, those girls at Cal and Miller are providing the community with the Just Be You awards, man. It just makes so much sense, man.
So the funny thing, so I was thinking about JBY, and I think there was a question, and I was going to do a post about this, but I'm going to put this out here now because, again, I don't post enough, but I always seem to have a voice when I'm up on this platform. You think about JBY and what it means to people, and and people are like, oh, it's just perfect. But is it perfect? Because in my head, I'm not perfect. Rab, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're perfect. I don't think any of us are perfect. But the thing is that it's a group of imperfect people celebrating an imperfect journey.
Mm.
Because again, it's not the perfect journey. There are ups and downs. And there's so many different people. But the fact that we all resonate with each other and we all support each other and we celebrate that one fact that, all right, my imperfect journey is perfect the way it is. How can you not love that? And how can you not love being surrounded by people who are going to celebrate that with you?
Mm.
I wish I had a mic.
You want to do a mic drop right there?
I would drop my Stanley, but I'm afraid it might hit my toe.
Yeah.
And it's empty. Not bad
Yeah.
for an hour. Just under an hour. That's 40 ounces.
Jeez,
And just under an hour? That's not
that's a
bad at
lot.
all.
I'm trying. And that's all that counts. You make that effort.
Keep on pushing, guys. 6,000 out or 7,000 more. That's all I need.
I'm pretty sure that Shar had a replay live that I hopped in there. There was probably like 4 of us. I'm pretty sure I got a cramp in my thumb because we got 10,000 likes on a replay with 4 people or 3 people in that live. So I know that the 16 people in here can start tapping.
Matter of fact, whoever has the most likes after this, right, I will send you guys a personal shirt. Just go ahead.
Let me start tapping that screen
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
start tapping.
I said, let me start tapping that screen.
Just send me your size and your address. I'll personally send you a shirt because like I said, we coming out with gifts, grab
Yeah.
bags, and everything this
Yeah.
year.
So
Yeah, let's
again,
do that.
you talk about shirts and stuff. We have a shop that we never promote.
Mm.
And honestly, there's some really cool stuff in there. We've got
Yeah.
t-shirts, we've got hats, we've got, not Stanley's, but we've got mugs in there, we've got coffee mugs, we've got water bottles. Check this out. We've got we have BME merch that personally designed by us.
Mm-hmm.
Rabbit put a lot of work in some of those, and we have merch for the guys. We have merch for the girls. We still have all the Pride Month stuff that we had up during May. That is going to be. It's on sale year round. We don't promote it again because, we're here for the community. We don't promote it. The store has been there for 6 months. Actually, at least since May.
we promoted it now. Today we start.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's expensive traveling. And we really could use the money to travel. We'd love to be able to go across the country and meet all of you.
Yeah.
And again, I don't make a lot of money.
Anything helps.
Now I want to play the song "In the Arms of." Let's not go that far.
Is that what you're singing?
Yeah, let's
For 30
not
cents
go.
a day.
Let's not go. Let's not go that far.
You can send a Bari to JBY.
We're not gonna go that far.
Hold on. I gotta work up some tears. I need a teardrop.
Hey, that what do you got going on the 18th, fadeaway,
Uh,
Ryan?
Yes.
so 18th is a men's mental health meetup. We are doing that January 18th in Tampa, Florida. We have a doctor on board, we have Bro, we have Jason on board, we have me. And basically, we're just gonna record the entire time, just men around each other, showing brotherly love, but also having deep conversations on our mental health journeys. All right, working out
Sound
together, doing all of that.
There will be no bar stools being broken over sides people's bed.
No, no. Matter of fact, as
and
soon
that
as I touch down, the funny thing is, bro was like, as soon as you touch down, just meet us at the bar. I said,
Nice.
oh, great, brother. Thanks.
Yeah, some of
man.
us are up here are going through FOMO for this one.
Dude.
Hey,
Are you
Tony,
still, are they
let's
still selling
remind
tickets for that, Ryan? Are
what's that?
Hmm?
you still selling tickets for that event?
Yeah, we're still selling tickets. So if you guys go on my page, or if you go on Bariatric Bro page, the link is it's on Eventbrite. If you guys go to Eventbrite and you type in Tampa Men's Meetup, you will see that that is one of the first things that pop up. But yeah, Bariatric Bro has it on his site. It's on Bariatric Society as well.
Yes. Yeah, definitely going to be a vibe. Definitely going to be something I have FOMO on. But again, I feel like there's going to be a lot more men's meetups, happening over the course of the year and in the near future. So, again, something that we did not have a year ago when we launched BME. That stuff didn't exist. There were no men's meetups.
Mm-mm.
This is what the community is bringing, and this is what's happening now. And again, like, it doesn't need to be all of us there, but there's representation of men in the community gathering and forming those bonds of brotherhood that just mean so much to all of us. So I don't think I could express my that brings me joy right there. I don't think I could express that any more than just saying that's pure joy in my eyes.
Yeah.
Same here.
Hey, don't forget every Sunday, talk Barry to me with BSG Bestie. Next Sunday, she'll be live with Barry Godmother. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out our vision board workshop. The link is in the bio and Talk Barry to Me's bio, VSG Bestie's bio, happening January 12th. So check that out too if you get the opportunity.
Oh, you're
Next,
welcome, Shar.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
so we got that's it. 901. What you got to say, Tony? Anything other than
I'm
we
just
welcome
say
Biggie to the
yes.
family. Biggie helps us behind the scenes for sure. Does a lot of admin help and helps us, like I said, make some really important decisions. And we'll be filling in on lives as well. So thank you so much, Biggie, being a part of this platform and this family. We appreciate everything you do.
Definitely. Thank
Man,
y'all.
we were so close to the 30K, guys. All
Oh,
right, we
we
were so
appreciate you
close.
guys for everything you guys did. All that
Yeah,
tapping again. 28,000.
we'll
28.
take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll
Not
take
bad for
28th.
a 2 kickoff.
And I'll still send out a shirt, guys. So we'll look over and see whoever was the top producer, and we'll go ahead and
Tap producer. Who's the tap
I
who's
producer?
already
the
know
tap
who
for.
it is.
Oh,
Who's the
you
tap
already got it
producer?
up? Who's the tap producer?
I have the analytics on my computer.
That's crazy. Who is it?
Shar.
Well, Shar, you get a t-shirt from
Shit.
us. Shar, you get us a shirt.
All right, y'all.
So
Thank you so much.
yes, definitely. Thank you all. Season 2 launched tonight for Barry Mail Experience. We have a new team member. There's the four horsemen. Oh, that's what we
Locked
are. We are the four
and
horsemen.
loaded.
That's the four horses of the
I,
apocalypse, bro.
I
Yeah.
love
The Four
see.
Horsemen of Bariatrics.
There it is.
That's
I like the
funny.
apocalypse. It sounds more badass. I'm going with that.
30,000 likes, y'all. Thank you so
There we go.
much.
Oh,
Thank
see, look
you.
at that. 30K.
We hit it.
We'll see
We
y'all
hit it.
next
Love
week.
you guys.
All right. See you next week. Peace. Love. So, for those who forgot, it is peace, love, soul at the end of this. I know we've been off a month. Let's do this again. Rewind.
Soul pow.
Like the from the words of our good friend Don Cornelius. Peace.
Love.
Soul. All right, guys.
I
See you guys later.
Later.